Imagine this. Instead of being late and off balance to the shot, next time you hit this, based on the 4 things that I'm gonna give you right now, you're gonna convert successfully on the most satisfying shots in pickleball.
Beside the early.
The return. The ATP, the around the post. Is that too dramatic?
No, I like that.
Okay, there we go. So you're gonna learn how to hit the ATP, but here's the problem. Most players don't convert on the ATP, not because they're not capable. I'd say most players from the lowest levels to the highest levels are capable of converting, but the problem is they don't anticipate, which means they're not in the right position and they have the wrong technique. Boom, that's an ATP. Come on. So before I even give you the 4 technique principles in order to successfully convert this shot, when would you even hit an ATP? Well, when you're dinking, a player will often hit the ball wide. And when the ball goes wide enough that you believe that you can hit it around the post for a very difficult shot for them to defend, that's when you go ATP. So the question is, how do you hit an ATP with a really successful conversion rate? Danny's really good at this. Let's talk about it. 4 things to think about. So the moment I see that a ball is a bit wide, I'm going to anticipate, and I'm gonna do these 4 things to get myself in the right position to execute the shot, right? So I see the ball is dinked wide. That's a trigger in my mind to do 4 things. Thing number 1 is move quick. Okay? What happens a lot of times is players wait too long and then they run off balance and they're on the move and they have a ball that goes way out of control because of that. So when I see the ball is dinked wide, I'm gonna move quick. I'm gonna get balanced. I'm gonna wait for the ball to get as low to the ground as possible. So number 3 is wait. And then I'm gonna hit the shot as low as I can. So if you're working with a partner, I anticipate a wide dink, I move, balance, wait, hit. I move, balance, wait, hit. Those are the 4 things to consider when you're hitting an ATP. Now, let's get a little more specific for a moment. What is the actual technique, okay? So Danny's over here. So it's move, right? So you wanna move quick, but like John Wooden once said, I wanna be quick, but I don't wanna hurry. So I wanna move to a spot and get balanced. That's number 1 is move, number 2 is balance. So boom, I move to a spot and I get balanced. Now I, on the right side, really like to lunge out. Okay, so I move to a spot, I get balanced, and I use my foot to lunge low. And then I want to allow the ball to get lower, lower, lower before I hit. Because if you let the ball get lower, that means you're waiting longer, which is allowing the ball to travel further outside of the net so that you can get a better angle to hit the ball around the post. So we just put 4 balls here to show the angle, right? So if you come over here for a second, come in line with this ball, and look at that ball in comparison to the, right, there's not a good angle around the post. Now slide over to the left a little bit. Okay, so the angle improved. That's about 2 feet on that second ball. Slide over to the left even more. That's about 3 feet, and this is probably a place between, oh, the ball's rolling a little bit, it's okay. That's about 3 feet, or maybe 2.5 feet is when you start to get the angle that you can successfully hit the ATP. Then we move out even more, okay? And there's that 4th ball, which again, the wind's pushing it a little bit. This is about 4 feet wide. And this is just showing you that it's a pretty good angle where you can hit the ATP. There's times where you're gonna try to hit an ATP and you don't have the angle. It's okay, just bear with it, right? There's also times when the ball's gonna be so wide. And if you can execute those 4 things, move quick, get balance, wait, 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 and hit, you're gonna hit more ATPs. So for the backhand side, I like to, instead of using the lunge step, which I find to be harder because a lot of times it's harder to roll this ball. You almost have to like slice it, which if you slice it from the side, it'll kind of go from a right to left. So what I like to do is a little cross step. So I kind of giddy up and I cross my right foot over and I try to maintain my balance. And this time I can actually move the ball and I can angle it back into the court versus slicing it. So if I get a ball from Danny, yep. So I'm moving, I'm balancing, I'm waiting, and I'm hitting. You'll see me dragging now, but the moment I see the ball go wide and I anticipate is when I go into my cross step, and I do it pretty fast the moment I get triggered by a wide dink. So those are the 4 principles to successfully hitting an ATP. Move quick, get balance, wait, 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 and then hit. On the forehand side, you're gonna step I use a lunge step. On the backhand side, I use the cross step. And here's what I want you to do. If you've already hit an ATP, go in the comments and say, I've hit one. If you haven't hit an ATP, the moment you hit your first one successfully, come back and comment, I hit my first. And Danny's gonna send you $1 million.
I mean, okay. Okay.
In Monopoly money.
Yeah.